The Home Run Derby is in the rearview mirror, as is the Midsummer Classic. So what are we looking for in the second half this baseball season? Joining me now, the host of Locked On MLB, Sullivan. And Sully, when we look at the second half here, what are the storylines that you are going to be keeping an eye on? What's the top of the list for you?
Oh, the top of the list for me is, can anybody penetrate the group that has been entrenched in the playoff spots since basically June? We've had no movement of a new team even taking the second wild card spot since the middle of June. It's been the same 5 teams in the American League and the same 5 teams in the National League every day since the Cubs fell out of first place. So oddly, the team that is making the biggest charge is Cincinnati, who took 3 out of 4 from Milwaukee and are opening the second half of the season hosting the Brewers. If they continue to play well, they'll chip away. But it says a lot about the races that the closest one and the tightest one is a team that has a 4-game lead. So we got to see, there's going to be some shuffling of, okay, who's the top seed, who's the low seed, who's going to avoid the wild card, who's going to win the division. But when you look at the 2 teams that are closest to jumping into a wild card spot are Seattle and Cincinnati, and neither one of them are going to get that spot this weekend because they're too far back. We're going to see if anything can happen this second half of the season, or are we just shuffling the deck chairs until we get to October?
The other part of this, baseball always has these trades that can be momentous, that can change the trajectory. So if you're looking at a team who could come in and make that big swing, no pun intended, what team is that? Well,
first of all, Gibson of the Texas Rangers is, in my humble opinion, the front runner to win the Cy Young Award this year. Kyle Gibson, ever since Garrett Cole got a little bit inconsistent since they took his goop away, sometimes he's been dominant and sometimes he's been clobbered. That may be just who he is for the rest of the contract. Kyle Gibson's record and everything lined up, he's my Cy Young Award winner right now, and he's on the block. And so when you take a look at Gibson, and assuming the Nationals don't burst out of the gate, Scherzer, you have 2 pitchers who are all-star caliber pitchers who are available. And so many teams could use that. I've been talking on some of the podcasts how Tampa Bay has gone on a nosedive since Tyler Glasnow got injured. They need that innings-eating pitcher in the middle of the rotation so they're not relying on openers every single day. So that could be the difference between going to the World Series or not for some of those teams. So those are whoever gets Scherzer and whoever gets Gibson is going to get a gigantic boost for the second half.